And welcome to Krater Live here at youtube.com/Komedia Live. It's me, Stephen Grant, your host, and I'm back again as ever for another hour of brilliant stand-up comedy. As ever, if you would like to donate, the links are I can't remember, it's either this side or this side. It's been a month now. It's in a corner anyway. If it's in the wrong corner to where I'm pointing, it might be your system. I don't know actually. I've stopped blaming myself now. Technically, I've been doing this for 2 months now. I'm an expert. It's your problem. But we've got a fabulous show ahead of us, as we always do. Some brilliant live stand-up comics who we're going to be linking up with. We also have some pre-recorded stuff that's been sent in specially for us, and as well as that, we've got a special delve into the archives of unseen footage from Komedia, Bath and Brighton. And it's been an exciting day today because the government announced that venues can reopen, but if you look at the small print, people can only enter it if they're in a fucking spacesuit. So if you are watching from NASA right now, congratulations, your ability to enjoy stand-up comedy is fabulous if you want to turn up in a £25,500 space suit. But no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, and we're all coming out of this now. We're all happy. The Prime Minister has promised that we will have what was it? High levels of normality by December, or it might be high levels of mortality. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, the people who are left in the country who aren't dead from the second wave sweeping through the country will be just having a brilliant time, mostly because property prices will plummet because there'll be nobody left to live in them. This is going to solve the huge housing crisis. We've been looking at the problem for ages. It turns out it's people. Traffic is so much better than it was. Turns out that was people. Overcrowding on trains, turns out that was also people as well. In fact, in every sense, the problem in this country has been people. I mean, they've been responsible for spreading coronavirus, and maybe we deserve to be picked off slowly, one by one. But look, you know what? It's fine. I'm as ever excited to be here because it's coming to the end of the school term, and it's soon to be the school holidays. Not that you'd know, of course, if you have a young child, because there's good chance that it's been a school holiday for them since March. Not for you, of course, because you'll have been doing homeschooling. Ooh, homeschooling. Oh man, homeschooling is the single reason why live streaming comedy over the internet with no actual audience is still my singularly favorite thing to do, because oh my word, please pay teachers everything. I mean everything. I mean, I remember when I was at school at the end of the year, we gave our teacher an apple. I think in order to be able to keep the kids in school next year, I might give them an Apple iMac, because I cannot do this anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids and all the rest of it, but if they learned to basically make a living by fist fighting in the street and it didn't require an education, I'd quite happily step away from any book now. And in fact, a month ago, when the eldest did go back to school, I remember walking there thinking, you know what, if I arrive there and the school is actually on fire, I still don't think I'm going to take him home. I think I'm going to turn to him and go, look, that's on fire. You've got a water bottle. I've taught you initiative. Bring the three together. Best of luck. Anyway, look, the thing is, I should be telling you about the show. The show is stand-up comedy, but brought to you streaming over the internet from my house here in mid-Sussex. And we're joining up with comics from all over who are going to kind of entertain you. And look, I hope you are still enjoying these as well. I appreciate you could be in a pub garden right now, but I think some of you have gone to pub gardens and realised, regrettably, that they are mostly inhabited by people who go to pub gardens and have found it a genuinely miserable experience as people who won't wear a mask because their diction is so poor they can barely be heard even unmuffled, and so you can understand why they don't want to wear them. Anyway, look, the point is we have a good show ahead of us, and you get to enjoy it and tell your friends about it, please, because we're live right now, and this continues to be available to watch for a good week or two afterwards, which allows people to sort of contribute after the effect and make a huge difference to both the venue and the comics, who will be more than happy to see your donation. Now, what else? Other than that, no, nothing else to say. Oh yeah, and it's an 18 as well, so please, if you've got any young children nearby, sort of usher them away, or at least explain to them incredibly quickly about adult terms, language, and sense of humor. That's all you need to do, really. I imagine in the first few weeks you were outraged at the idea they could overhear a swear word in the background, whereas now you're probably sort of sat there sort of thinking, do you know what, actually, they're not going to hear it at school, they're definitely going to hear it at home, because they're not at school. Right, I'm moving on, because we have got our first act coming up now. You're in for an absolute treat. One of my best friends in comedy and a superb comic, pre-recorded for us live in his home just this week. This is the brilliant Michael Fabbri.
Hello, Welcome to my home, where I have been placed into storage. Nice to be doing this. I'm usually travelling about quite a lot, which I'm missing to some degree. I'm not missing getting the coach. I often take a coach because it's cheap. And if I do, I always make sure I get to the coach station really early, because I hate being the person that gets on and it's worked out that everybody has got 2 seats to themselves, and you have to be the person that gets on and sits next to someone and ruins their life. You can see everyone is staring at you going, not me, please don't pick me. I have seen one man handle this brilliantly. I was already on the coach and this huge man got on. I'm not great with accents, but he's like a French African guy, and he had the same problem, and he walked all the way up the coach going, no, 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 no. And then he turned around, walked to the front of the coach and just addressed us all. He went, I know, none of you want to sit with me, so I will sit with you all for 10 minutes. And just speed dated the whole coach. But yeah, no travelling at the moment anyway. Been trying not to drink too much during this period. So I've had 3 hangovers. It's terrible having that hangover when you've drunk at home. It's just because if you get drunk when you're out, at least there's a story to tell sometimes. But oh God, I think I blacked out between Have I Got News for You and Graham Norton. It's pointless. I often take time off drinking, so I find I get problems with memory wiping, particularly bad. If I get drunk, the memory wiping can be terrible. I had a scary experience because of this once. I did a comedy show in Hamburg in Germany, and I went out afterwards. I got really, really pissed, and I got back to my hotel room later, and I was looking for my room key card, and I'd lost it. So I went down to reception to get a new one, and there was just this sign above reception saying, sorry, night porter sick. So what am I going to do? I have to sleep in the lobby. So I was just trying to sleep in this old sofa I was there for ages. But after a while, this big German man came down the stairs, lugging a suitcase behind him, and he walked out going, oh, guten Tag, whatever they say. But just before he left, he put his room key card on reception. He didn't need it anymore. And I was looking at it going, ooh, I could steal his room. So, I can't do that. That's a bit weird. I'm not staying here all night. So I'm still pissed. Staggered up to reception, grabbed his key card, and then walked all around the hotel, checking doors, trying to find his room. And eventually, one of the locks turned green. Oh, this is it. And I opened the door and I'm like, please, no one be in here. And yeah, room was empty. Closed the door behind me, undressed, and climbed into the bed of a stranger. And I couldn't sleep. I was really anxious. I was lying again. He's going to come back. He won't come back. He hasn't got a key. He might have a spare key. I'm going to be in his bed. So what I did to alleviate my anxiety, I got out of bed and I dragged a massive wardrobe across the room and put it in front of the door. So if he came back and go, oh, it's a wall now, and he'd leave. Like, that was the idea. And it worked. So I relaxed. I went off to sleep. But bloody hell, I woke up the next morning, bolt upright, like, oh, God, like my heart's beating and the room's spinning. And I go, oh, this isn't right. I had a single room. This is a double room. And my case is in here. I think I've stolen someone's room. And I get really paranoid with hangovers. I was going, you can't do that. It's got to be illegal. I've got to get out of here. So I leapt out of bed and started getting dressed. But crucially, what I'd completely forgotten is that I'd moved that wardrobe. So I went to leave, and I was going, what's going on here? Someone's having a joke here. There's no door in here. Window, beds, bathroom. There's no door. It's been moved. So I'm going to experiment. I was checking everywhere. I checked all around the walls. I checked under the bed. I don't know. I was thinking, oh yeah, there's a secret hatch under the bed. I remember now. I'm in the Anne Frank suite. Where is the door? There is no door. And I was checking all around the room. I getting more and more paranoid. I couldn't take it anymore. I saw the hotel room phone. I rang reception. That was a weird call to make. Hello, I'm in a room. I can't find the door. Can you help me? There's no door. I've looked everywhere for it's been moved or taken. I don't know what's going on. Then the woman on the reception said something to mess with my head even more, because when you ring a hotel reception, a name comes up on the computer that corresponds with the room that's calling them. But I didn't work that out. So I'm trapped in this room. There's no door. Can you help me? And she said, are you feeling okay, Dr. Westerhoff? Have you ever been in a room with no door and someone starts calling you Dr. Westerhoff? I was like, who are you people? What have you done with my body? Look, I'm just trapped in this room, please. I just want to get out of here. Look, calm down, Dr. Westerhoff. Would you stop calling me Dr. Westerhoff? I just want to get out of here. I'm just ranting down the phone to her. Eventually the line went dead. I'm like, hello. And just put the phone down. I'm not going mad here. Window, bed, bathroom. There is no door. And after another couple of minutes of pacing the room, I heard this. And I was staring like, there's someone in the cupboard. And then I heard this sort of muffled, hello, Dr. Westerhoff? Are you in there? Do you mean, am I in there? Are you in there? I'm out here, Dr. Vesterhoff. No, you're in there. I'm out here. Open the door. I don't want to. Open the door, Dr. Vesterhoff. I can't help you if you don't open the door. And I was shaking at this point. I went up and grabbed the wardrobe door. I was like, please don't be Narnia. And I opened the door and went, I moved the fucking cupboard, didn't I? That was it. The worst bit was shoving it out of the way, opening the real door and facing this woman and saying, I found it. So, drink responsibly. That's it for me. Thank you very much. Bye.
The brilliant Michael Fabbri there as well, who I've been getting advice from recently. The reason I've been getting advice from him is because the world is now going to outdoor gigs. That's what they're saying, that they're going to be performing outdoors. And he recently performed outdoors at, I believe it was called, Dismaland, which was Banksy's live comedy festival. And when he was on stage, it was chucking down with water and there was sparks of electricity arcing around his feet. And he thought it was going to be electrocuted. And I thought, I can't wait for that stage of entertainment to come true. Stage 3, I cannot wait. Electrocution of comics, because for so long we've only had the opportunity to kill ourselves in our own home with basic DIY. Oh, the thought of going out to die makes me so excited. If you want to get in touch with the show, you can do. It's very straightforward. You can send a tweet or a social media message with the hashtag #KraterLive. That'd be fabulous. Krater spelled with a K. Be kind of obvious. And you can obviously in the YouTube box put in your comments, and then I can reply to the comments. A lot of people are saying, oh, you look a bit different this time, Stephen. Yes, I've moved things around so that I can actually sit and talk while I'm talking to you as well, and so this will hopefully make it a little better, and then I can look straight into the camera and then we see what's going on. Some of you have spotted the fact as well that I've got something on my lip. Thought it was a mark or something to clean off. That's actually a scar. I was attacked by a dog and it bit through my lip when I was 13 years old, and since then I absolutely love dogs, because up until then we didn't really have a connection, and it turns out the connection I needed was a set of jaws strapped to the side of my face, and that made me feel so much more special. And obviously if you want scars as well, I've got this one as well from cycling when I smashed my collarbone. So there we go, there's my smashed collarbone, and there's me on the bicycle coming off the hill that I went down as well. So, you know, that's my rule right now. I will only get a tattoo done of something that is an injury I've had. Though I did actually crash my car this week as well. So I'm considering to have a tattoo of a small concrete pillar outside a pub being smashed in half, because I am so hard. Anyway, #KraterLive if you want to get in touch, or on the YouTube comments, and then I'll get a chance to say hello to you. Right, it's time for our first live act of the night. And we are very excited to welcome all the way from another country, well, with their own government and their own rules, because that would be Cardiff. Well, I don't know, actually, it might be somewhere else in the world. It's the internet. I'm not entirely sure. Please put your hands together for Ignacio Lopez.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, Stephen. That was great to hear your stories behind your scars. I thought that it was like that scene in Jaws. I was going to come on and show you some of my scars as well, but I've only got the emotional ones, so we're just going to have to guess what they are. Welcome, friends from the internet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, amigos. This is great. I'm Ignacio. I'm a Spanish-Welsh comedian currently stuck in my flat in Cardiff. This is my living room wall. I did this way before lockdown, so I'm actually happy about the pandemic because I get to now show this to people via the internet, so you can see how egotistical I am. I grew up in Mallorca, which is a beautiful place, and then my mother took me to a little place in Wales where she is from called Pontardawe. Now, Pontardawe is a Welsh word. Pont means bridge, and Adawe means over a shithole, okay? It's not a delightful place to move to from Mallorca. It's a place I got dragged kicking and screaming, but I grew to love it. I love Wales a lot. I like my Welsh friends and family. My Spanish family asks me all the time, Ignacio, what is it like living with your Welsh family? I says, great, all right, they're fun people to be around. We've got a lot in common, but sometimes I stick out a little bit. You know, I've got a different complexion, a different accent to them, an unusual name, Ignacio Lopez, not a Welsh name. So you put me in a social situation like a wedding or something like this, dress me in a tuxedo. It just looks like the waiter stepped into the wedding photographs. You know, I get my uncle saying things like, who the hell invited Manuel? All right, which is really fucking annoying, to be honest with you. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Fawlty Towers, very popular British sitcom. If any of you too young to remember Fawlty Towers, which I don't think that's the case because, you know, this is the internet. So, you know, I'm sure you've seen Fawlty Towers. It's a show about a tall Englishman called Basil Fawlty running a hotel in a little town called Torquay, which is also a shithole. And he's got this little Spanish character called Manuel. And Manuel's always bent over like this. He's always saying, ¿qué? Right, all of the time. ¿Qué? I know nothing, okay? And Basil Fawlty, he loses his temper and he slap him on the back of the head, right? It's fucking hilarious. It's fine. I'm joking. It is a funny show. But the problem is they took this show over to Spain. They dubbed it into Spanish. And everyone just thought Manuel was deaf. They were like, why is he saying "que" all of the time? All right, that doesn't make any sense. It changed from a show about a tall Englishman slapping a Spanish bloke to a tall Spanish guy just hitting a disabled guy. Right, that is a completely different joke. That's a hate crime. It doesn't work. So I've been living over here for some time. I moved to Cardiff. I'm literally the best thing that ever happened to this place. Right, it's me and the Champions League final. That's all they've ever had. But I love mixing with people in the UK. One thing I've had to get used to is the sheer volume of alcohol you all drink. All right, to forget the horrible atrocities you've done through history. That is the only excuse I can give it. So we don't drink like you do in Spain. It took a lot of getting used to. The language was difficult over here when I moved over because you've got stuff in this country we don't have in Spain. For instance, badgers. All right, we don't have badgers in Mallorca anyway. So when I came to Wales, my kids were laughing at me because I was just calling them zebra dogs. All right, just call it what it is. What are you making up bloody animals for now, all right? It's bad enough in Wales they got a fictional animal on the flag. You got the dragon, and now you got this wind in the willows bullshit running on your countryside as well, all right? Stop making up animals. It's not just the animals. All right? You've got terms for drinking. This proves how much you drink. You've got terms for it we don't have around the rest of the world. You do a thing in the UK called pre-drinks. You know this? Pre-drinks? I had no idea what it was. I had to ask my friend. I said, mate, what are pre-drinks? He said, Ignacio, it's great. We drink at home before we go out to go drinking. I said, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, right? Why would you do this? He said, you know, just to get ready to go out drinking. I said, you don't do it for anything else, do you? You don't go, let's go, we're going to go to the cinema. Let's pop a fucking DVD in before we go to the cinema. That doesn't make sense. Guys, I want to play a song for you. This is one of my greatest hits. This is the song that I earned so much money with in the late 2000s that I've managed to make so much money that I now live in Cardiff, which is a shithole. Here's a song for you. This is a song about being a barman in Spain and how much we hate British people. It's a joke. I'm hoping you have a sense of humor if you've tuned in to watch comedy on the internet. But here we go. They come every year in Union Jack. I can't hear my guitar because I've got headphones in, so that was super out of tune for a second. That's something I wasn't anticipating. They come every year in Union Jack gear and rubbish football shirts. Fake tan for all the girls. Local food, they don't mean shit. They'd rather just eat chips, read Hello Magazine, sunburning by the sea. Because when they all come, they come together. They think football songs are clever. Some of them calling me Manuel. It's not my name. You can just go to hell. Now there's more of them than ever. Always complain about the weather. Starting to look a bit like a heifer. Maybe you should cut back on the Stella. Ella, ella, cut back on the Stella. Ella, ella, ladies and gentlemen, this has been so much fun. Thank you for having me. This has been a delight doing a gig in my living room in my underwear. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to pass you back on to Stephen. Take care. Ciao.
Ignacio Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Ignacio, well done, Ignacio. That was absolutely fantastic. And were you able to actually hear any of yourself while you were playing the guitar?
No, not at all.
No. So that was literally muscle memory, which from a comedian perspective is astonishing because it's been 4 months since you did that in anger in front of people, unless you've been rehearsing in front of your family and friends. I've just been shouting at my girlfriend in my flat, and just kind of giving her heckle put downs and stuff when she wants to use the bathroom, etc. We've all done that. Well, obviously not shouting your girlfriend. I just mean at our relative partners. I'm not phoning your girlfriend up to have a shout. That would be unreasonable, and she's got enough to deal with right now as it is. Anyway, thank you very much, Ignacio. If you want to see Ignacio, then you can do. And if you check on the YouTube comments, we'll have links to all his social media so you can follow him there. And there you go. The show is up and running. Brilliant, Michael Fabbri. Brilliant, Ignacio Lopez. Our next act is actually from the archives. What we do with Komedia is we've recorded our acts over the last few years, and we have some brilliant recordings of our comedians that have not been seen before, not been released. This is the absolutely fabulous Joanne McNally from Komedia Bath. Take it away, Joanne.
So anyway, I said, Joanne, you live in an attic. Take a chance on love. Grab that rape alarm, hit the town. So off I went. Now, this lad I matched with, he wasn't a looker, as we've established. He wasn't a good-looking lad now, but he was fucking hilarious. So, of course, I was laughed into bed like a victim, because that's what happens. That's what happens to women. We get laughed into bed by cretins. You see it all the time. See it here tonight. It's an epidemic. Hot women. They're like, oh my God, have you met my boyfriend Gollum? he's hilarious. It's like bile spewing out his ass and everything. Like, what the fuck? We don't care what they look like. Honestly, it's insane. Like, he could have a head like a monster munch. We couldn't give a fuck. We're all one knock-knock joke away from being spread out like a dog in heat. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, this lad laughed me into the sack pretty much straight away. Now, I shagged him immediately, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you. One, I was living in the attic, so I needed to get out. Two, I just had the wax. And as we know, the wax will not be wasted. The wax will not be wasted. They are the rules of the wax. You're like, that's 80 pounds I'm never going to see again. I've got about 3.5 hours before it starts growing back. Let's go! Bring your mates. Bring the bald lad. Get the van. Bring them all. They're the rules. You're like, if I've got alopecia from the eyebrows down for 48 hours, the whole fucking town's going to see it. Everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting it. And he was a bit older, which I like. I don't like young guys, like in their early 20s. Do you remember when Cheryl Cole had that baby with that baby from One Direction? What was that? Do you remember what it was like having sex with a man in his early 20s? It was horrific. Do you remember the way they went at you? It was terrifying. They didn't make love to you. They like drilled you for oil. Do you remember? Do you remember? It was insane. You had to stop them and be like, Pet, I don't know what you've heard, but the hole's already there. I don't know why you're trying to drill a new one. It's there. I am equipped. That's how she works. Please put the spirit level away. Old man, that's what you want. Safe. Where are you? There's the old man now. Do you know why old men are safe, right? They're not into revenge porn. You know revenge porn? Young lads, you have sex with them, they film it on the sly, you break up, they put it on the internet. Bad. What's an old man gonna do? What's that lad there gonna do? How are you? What's he gonna do? Film me with the landline? Sure, he wouldn't have a baldy. Wouldn't have a clue. The worst he'd do is sketch you in watercolours. From the side of the room, watching you slowly. You'd wake up, you wouldn't sleep through the whole thing.
The brilliant Joanne McNally there from the Komedia Bath venue, and I imagine they're walking around it right now, putting down little bits of tape saying 2 meters apart, putting arrows, making sure that you go in the toilet one way and leave via the windows. I'm never entirely sure how the system's supposed to work. But anyway, who knows? Who knows? I can't wait. I mean, but please, when the venues do reopen, we would love to see you, Komedia Bath, Komedia Brighton, and all the other Komedia projects that we're currently working on. And do remember to subscribe as well, please. youtube.com/Komedia Live. Having you guys there, knowing that you're keeping in touch with us while all of this goes on makes such a difference. And if you are enjoying what we're doing, then, you know, in the corner over here, what's this? PayPal.me/Krater Live. That would be great, wouldn't it? It's probably the other corner, isn't it? I've given up what corner it is. It's a mirror image I'm talking to anyway. And you know, it's good because every day we have slightly different rules and it's all being changed. And I've got to celebrate Scotland for the Scottish people out there. I know we've got someone listening right now from the Faroe Islands because you're covered by the same rules, I believe, in some ways. Though, are you a Norse dependency? I'm not entirely sure. But as I understand in Scotland right now, you are allowed to have sex with somebody else in another house. Congratulations. You've got 3 to 4 months worth of build up right now, just waiting to go. It must be genuinely shocking up there what sort of stuff stuff you're getting up to. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased that you can finally have that go that you've been desperately waiting for. I mean, also, there was workarounds. Like all rules, there are little catchments. You know, if you were en route for an essential journey and sort of stumbled across somebody else also on that essential journey, you could, you know, meet up the other side of a car park, I suppose. Maybe at the supermarkets you could have done that. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, in-car sex was your only solution. I mean, it's quite exciting for some people. I mean, I think it happened to me once, many years ago, before I started getting married repeatedly. I was with a girl once, remember, going through the countryside. It's quite good. She started going down on me, which was very scary because she was driving. Do not recommend that at all. I mean, thank God for a mum in the back giving directions. That's all I'd say. You know, left a bit, right a bit, slow down. No, the car. So yeah. But look, anyway, we're pushing on. Like I said, a fabulous lineup tonight, and we're joined live, I believe, through the magic of the internet, which we are using throughout this entire show, by the brilliant Mo Armour. All right there, Mo.
Hello. Hi.
Excellent.
Hi.
Oh, good. You're there. That's great.
Yes.
We will hand over to
All
you. So
good.
everybody,
All
ladies and
good.
gentlemen at
Thank you
home,
so much.
round of applause as we welcome the fabulous Mo Armour.
Thank you for having me. I put a blazer on because Ignacio was making an effort before me. He even brought a mic and everything. Can you believe it? I'm the second Welshman on the bill. Yeah. I'm Welsh as well. It's what we look like now. It's global warming. It's catching up with the rest of us. It's great. My name is Mo. It's short for Mohammed. No relation. Yeah. It's a Muslim name, but I myself am not Muslim. I actually stopped being Muslim to drink. That was it. That was the only reason. At the time, it was a good idea. I was turning 18. You know, on my birthday, I was walking to school, and I stopped off at the school shop. Called that because it's next to the school. And then, you know, I went in and I bought myself a WKD and a pack of Windsor menthol because I'm a basic bitch. And I haven't stopped since. And why not, right? Why not? You know, it's great. It's great living in this country. I mean, I don't live in Wales anymore. I moved. You know, I scaled up. I live in London now. I feel like I've integrated as well. You know, I smoke now. I drink. I've taken a white woman. Yeah. I mean, I say she's white. She's Australian, which is like stealing off the reduced style. Come on, guys. Yeah. The casual racism quickly. No. By the way, I've checked that joke with her. And she actually said to me I could say that, but it might be insulting the intelligence of British audiences. And I said British audiences will definitely laugh. They'll definitely laugh. It's nice. She's a good person. What can I tell you about her? She's the kind of person who's friends with homeless people. You guys know homeless people? They live just outside of your peripheral vision. Yeah. She's friends with this one homeless guy. His name's Sharky. Okay, that's his real name, Sharky. First of all, never make friends with a man who has a predator's name. But she's Australian. She's the dangerous stuff. So we move on to point B. Her and Sharky have this thing, okay? Every December, he'll take her bike and he'll go hide it, okay? And then for £20, he'll find it for her. Yeah. And she said it's their little tradition, but it's not, is it? It's extortion. Like, he knows it's extortion. Like, she's the kind of person as well who wants to have a pet. Like, she grew up in the kind of family different to mine. We don't have pets in my family. We have guard dogs. That's the kind of thing we grew up with. Like, she's the kind of person who nurtures stuff, which is why she took me in. She wants to get a pet, and I think I understand the attraction. Like, I understand that a pet teaches you a lot, right? About responsibility and death, right? Because when the pet dies, you have to get over it. Like, I used to have a pet goat. His name was Ahmed the goat. His full name was Ahmed Omar, but that was also my little brother's name, so I wasn't allowed to call him that. And I used to take him everywhere. I used to walk him with a lead. You know, once he even got stolen, and I found him all on my own. And then obviously we moved here. Last time I spoke to my grandmother, I was like, "How's Ahmed?" And she said, well, we ate him. Yeah. Which taught me a lot, because when my grandmother died, we ate her. And that's the circle of life, baby. That's the circle of life. But yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice being with you guys today, being live. Honestly, the only change I've had over this whole period is that the definition of loose fit has changed. Loose fit used to mean that the clothes used to hang on me. and now it just means the clothes barely hang on. It's just changed. Certain definitions have changed. For example, my addictions have changed. I've grown addicted to full fat milk and cuppa soups. That's like my cocaine now. Also, cocaine is my cocaine. I'm like an overactive toddler. It's great. It's great. It's so great to have a fulfilling life now. I don't leave the house. I leave the house nowadays. It's just I'm just chased back in by a wasp. It's too hot. I wear this blazer everywhere in an attempt to seem respectable, but it's not working, is it? You know, I love doing this because my grandmother always used to say to me, "You should love what you do," and you guys probably agree with that. She always used to say to me, "Show me the rich man who is happy, and then take his money," which is really the pirate philosophy, guys. That's been me. That's been Mo Omar. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, cheers. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Mo Omar, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers.
Mo, if they like your stuff and they can follow you on social media, we will put up your details on the YouTube comments so that
Brilliant.
people can follow that. And people tend to watch this later on in the week, so that's when people will catch up with us. And can I just say, I absolutely love the blazer. It's annoyingly similar in colour to your wall. Which meant that,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as you wandered over, it does look a little bit like they've painted over the curtains, but it's fine. And as for the curtains, can I just say, if you need a passport photo, you're ready to go. I mean, you are ready to go, Mo. This is looking good. Excellent stuff, mate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Look at that. Then remember, if you smile, it can't recognise you though. Facial recognition doesn't work for a smile. Yeah, this shit's happening. Good to see you, man. I'll catch you on the circuit soon.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So that was Mo Omar. If you enjoyed Mo, then do put so in the comments. Long after this is gone as well, you can also tweet us or put social media. Hashtag Krater Live is the way to let us know what you thought of the show. And we would love to hear from you. Okay, so we are moving on. We have another act who have sent in a clip, especially for us. These are unique clips just for Komedia. This is the absolutely brilliant Jen Brister.
Well, thank you, Stephen, for that lovely introduction. This is me trying to do stand-up comedy in front of my laptop in my spare room. So, you know, what is this? Nobody really knows. I think it's fair to say, if nothing else, during this lockdown period, all of us can acknowledge the fact that our standards have dropped quite dramatically, haven't they? Really? I mean, let's be honest. I think 12 weeks ago, if someone had said to you, "Do you fancy watching a middle-aged lesbian have a breakdown in front of a laptop for a fiver?" you'd have said, "Do you know what, love? I think I'll give that a swerve." Now look at you. Losers. I'm kidding. I'm just very grateful for the work, if I'm honest. What to say? I mean, it's been a very interesting 4 months, and by that I mean absolutely nothing has happened. It's like Groundhog Day. I know lockdown has eased, and for many people they'll have gone back to work, but for myself as a stand-up comedian, this appears to be work. My children haven't gone back to school. Nothing has changed. The pubs are open. We can't go. So, hey-ho, fun times for us. I don't know if any of you have got children and are doing the homeschool thing, but let me tell you, the jolly part of Jolly Phonics fucked off a while back. I can't do it. I'm no good at it. I mean, and my kids, the truth is they don't respect me. I mean, there's like, not even slightly. I mean, like, I'm trying to get my kids to listen to me. Like, all right, sit down. Okay, and listen to me because we're going to look at the old phonics. There are inanimate objects that they respect more than me. They're like, "Mama, I do not want to do Jolly Phonics, and anyway, you smell of poo-poo." "Oh, Mama, have you seen this plastic cup? Mama, this plastic cup is brilliant. I love this plastic cup." Do you know what? It's a bitter pill to swallow when you cannot compete with a cup, okay, for your children's attention. That's not a positive thing. I mean, I've been drinking a lot more. It's just a way of coping, isn't it? I sort of wake up in the morning and I think about drinking. That's the truth of it. I mean, I don't wake up drinking. I mean, that would be mad, wouldn't it? Just waking up. That's not, I'm not suggesting that I wake up first thing in the morning and get on it, you know, like, That's wine, by the way, not cock, because, let me tell you, that would not improve my day one little bit. Why is there a cock in my mouth? This day just got a hell of a lot worse. No, I just mean, you know, I wake up in the morning, I think, 9 hours till I can have a drink. 7 hours till I can have a drink. 5 hours, I'm drinking. Okay, fair enough. I'm pretty much drinking earlier every single day. I mean, I just need something just to soften the edges or something to look forward to. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I was cleaning out the back of the bathroom cabinet. We're all doing that, aren't we? Cleaning out cupboards. And I saw a bottle of surgical spirit and I thought, that could give that little bottle of Tempranillo a bit of a kick. And I've got waiting downstairs. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think that well, at least not for very long anyway. The other thing is all of my admin seems to have been completely centralised in WhatsApp. I appear to have been attached to about 65 WhatsApp groups. I don't know how these have happened. You know, Jen, I've just joined you onto a WhatsApp group. It's for women who like eyebrows. What? Why am I on that group? Bing, 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 bing. I've had to mute them all of them, for a year. The first one to go was the kids, the school one, you know, where you join a WhatsApp group because all of your kids are in the same class. I mean, do the fuck off. I had to shut that one down very quickly. I mean, it just got very competitive. I mean, in a supportive way. Oh, aren't we all struggling? Isn't lockdown hard with having children? Jasper just made a volcano out of papier-mâché and some bicarbonate of soda. No. Not my two. I've got twins, they're 5. I caught them sniffing each other's arseholes in the bath the other night. I thought, should I say something? I mean, and then I thought, no, leave it. They look occupied. Well, why would I interrupt that? I thought, I don't know what they're looking for up there. Maybe a vaccine. What are the chances? Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I do hope that this lockdown is not horrific for you, and that we can all take solace in the fact that someone else has got 4 children, or maybe 5 children, or if you have no children, 1 child, in which case, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm still talking, if I'm honest. How do I shut this thing off?
The brilliant Jen Brister there, and Jen is a phenomenal comic. If you actually go to youtube.com/Komedia Live, you'll see on our pre-recorded clips some lovely stuff of Jen there performing back in the Brighton venue. So do click through those if you're a fan of what she does, and also follow her on social media. She's got a lot of followers there, but you know, you can add to it if you're not one of them already. I hope you've been enjoying the show. As ever, we love doing this, guys. We really do enjoy doing these live shows. So do let us know if you enjoy them, because you'll come back to us as well, and we keeps our comedy skills tightened up. I have a few people who've actually messaged me directly, some of my friends as well, doubting the honesty of me having in-car sex. I think it's because they only really know me as the father, Stephen Grant, rather than the young sort of debonair 20-something. Now I'm in my late 40s now. The whole idea of in-car sex would be, I mean, at best unlikely, at worst a logistical impossibility. I mean, realistically, if I turn to a girl and say, would you like sex in the back? I've got 15 minutes of trying to remove 2 ISOFIX seats. I'm not entirely sure I can make that sexy, you know. And when you finally get in the car, she's like, oh, what's that on my back? Is it your fingertips? And it's just raisins and goodies biscuits. I don't think it quite adds to the overall sexiness. Right, we have reached our final live act. And I saw this guy, I've seen this guy, work with him for literally over 20 years. Phenomenal tour of force of comedy. But I saw his first live gig a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, I've absolutely got to get him along to Krater Live. So pleased to have him here. I want you all in your homes to do all that applause-y type, everything that you need to do to make this happen. You're in for an absolute treat. I adore this. I'm sure you will too. Please put it together for the fabulous Terry Alderton.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow, lockdown, eh? Oh, topical. You know, I don't think 20 milligrams is enough. But anyway, lockdown. That's been interesting. Not for everyone, of course. Not for everyone. I understand. Especially, it's me, by the way. Yeah. I used to have 6 of those, but I can't put them back together. That's the last one. But anyway, my mum, she doesn't exist, but my mother, my mum, she's very good with technology, my mother. She's very good with, that's better. She's very good with technology, my mum, and she, bearing in mind, you know, my mum's like 75, and she's hasn't seen a banana till 1976, but this is her doing the gardening, and she's a very keen gardener, my mum, bless her heart. Didn't see a banana till 1956, but she's very good with the camera. This is with the marigolds. That's the path. That's my dad over there having fun with her. That's my dad, and he's always he's always teasing her and pushing her over and what have you. But that's beautiful, and that's the marigold. She's very pleased with that. My brother's also very much into gardening as well. He doesn't exist either, but my brother, he's and that's what he's been up to during lockdown. He's been gardening as well. Myself, I've been doing a little bit of exercise on the bike, not very much really, you know, doing that kind of thing. And as you can see, there's me doing some Tabata training. It's all been very exciting and very, 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 very pleasing.
Terry.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a joke, Terry?
Well, you know the written rules shouldn't tell comedians a joke.
Well, looks like it's okay to tell you one then, Terry. What's the difference between marmalade and jam, Terry?
Do you know what is the difference between marmalade and jam, Strange Voice?
You can't marmalade your cock up a bird's ass.
Where did you hear that?
From your 11-year-old son, Terry.
Instagram. Amazon, £2. Now, for a lot of people like me who are mentally challenged, I've had a terrible week. I've been in lots of arguments with Mick on the wall. Mick on the wall. He's been trying to tell me jokes all week, a bit like that just then. Mick on the wall. So he's been a complete nightmare.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Right. Doing some of those things. All lives matter, don't they? Yeah, right. And then the vegan says, "Oh, now you all get it." Yeah.
That's a terrible joke, Mick. It's a fucking awful joke, mate.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Yeah, it's terrible. The worst joke I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Well, your whole life's a joke, mate. Now piss off. Ah.
I can only moment. Must be Boris Johnson time. It's Boris Johnson. It's Boris Johnson time. Boris Johnson time. Boris! There he is, little Boris Johnson. Ooh, do your carry on face. There he is. Ooh, little carry on face. Ooh, do your poo mouth. Do your little poo face, Boris. Little poo face from Boris. Yeah, little poo face, yeah. Do your Ed Sheeran, yeah. A little bit of Ed Sheeran, but he loves his poo face. Do you love your poo face? Your poo face. Do it one more time. Little poo face. Little poo face. Do you like being a prime minister? Do you like being a prime minister? Do you? Did you like lockdown? Did you like lockdown? Did you? Would you like me to be your friend to take you to Durham? Do I look like anyone you know? Do I, Boris? Would you like me to take you? Would you like me to take you to Durham, Boris? Yeah. I tell you what, though, not as bad as old Brownface, eh? Brownface Trump, yeah. Hey, what about that, Mr. White supremacist, yeah? But likes to make himself all brown, doesn't he? Yeah. I'd like to shove a custard pat in his face, but he's already done it. It's already done it. Little cute man, little cutie there, little cutie there, little cutie there. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Want to ruin the world? Start nuclear war, do you? Yeah, all because of you, yeah? All because of you, yeah? Look at him. Don't like brown people, but likes to make you feel proud. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, but who do I blame? I'm standing here in darkness in my boxes again. I push and I strain, it's becoming a pain. I'll have to go and see the blooming doctor again. I push and I strain, it's a pain. And this shows me pictures of prostate stage. Seems when I piss, it's all hit and miss. What the bloody hell can I do about this? See when you fall, your stream is a pour. There's not even time to shut the door. But when you're 46, you're pissing bricks. What the bloody hell can I do about this? Then, ladies and gentlemen, the thing is, I'll be honest with you. I usually have a Thai boy do this for me. His name's Watch It. But I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm just in a room, in a room upstairs that doesn't get used, with a young boy. Yeah, young boy. There he is. A young kid. That's it. He's got a young kid. Look there. Look, and a mess. And Zidane. That's it. I'm selling this house because what I would do after the end of the gig, normally I'd chuck myself out the window, but that probably will make it hard to sell, would it? Third floor and all that. Anyway, I do characters, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to now do a character called Bob Tap for you. This is Bob Tap. And Bob Tap, ladies and gentlemen, is from the north of England. What's my name? Bob Tap. Right it is. Right, now then. It's me. Right? Bob Tap. Yeah, my name's Bob Tap. Now, the other day, right, someone come up to me and he said, "Hey, Bob, what did you sell?" I said, "Fucking taps, you prick." And he said, "Bob," he said, "I've heard you're a backup dancer." I said, "How dare you?" And he was a mate of mine, right? I said, "How dare you call me a backup dancer?" Anyway, I had a friend called Stormzy, right? And Stormzy said to me, "Don't worry, Bob, don't worry. I've written a song for you to get your mate back for calling you a backup dancer." So here's the song from Storms, right? Stay your name, cuz. It's Bob Tap, we're ripping. That's what we're doing tonight. We're ripping. Bloody right we are ripping. Over the elite. There's a fire in the bloody park. There's two fires. Man said he's better than me. I told my man to shut up, right? In fact, I said to my man, you come on Twitter, at Bob Tap, right? You come down my ends, right? You come on Monkey Bob, and I'll fucking wake you up, you fucking twat.
He does characters, he does characters, he does characters, he does characters, he just did one, he just did one, he just did one.
Oh, there you are. I do characters. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that is an hour and 45 minutes that has flown by. But before I leave you with the last, maybe, I don't know, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 36 seconds, and a couple of jiffies, of time you're never going to get back. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to leave you with is a beautiful. What? What do you mean screen's gone black? What do you mean it's gone black? But these things matter, man. So that we've lost them. They've gone. They can only hear us now. Can you not see us anymore? Can they see us? No. They can't. You can't see us anymore. Well, that's it then. We can't. You can't. Well, we'll sing this. Well, the thing is, you can't see us. We can't. That's it. It's over. Good night, everyone.
Terry Alderton, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Alderton, who I actually still be there. No, he's gone. Okay, fair enough, he's gone. Last time I saw that as well, it's a combination of stuff that actually goes wrong and stuff that doesn't go wrong, combined together so you don't know which bits are intentionally going wrong and which bits are not intentionally going wrong. Yeah, you can't see me during this, but I've just been laughing like a drain. Definitely my sense of humour. The brilliant Terry Alderton, who... we may well, the Komedia Brighton people know that we might well be doing some new shows over the summer before the venue can reopen. And look out for Terry, who'll be with us. He is a tour de force. It's like watching a cartoon in human form, and it's an experience to not be forgotten. Look, you guys, as ever, have made this worthwhile. Thank you. I appreciate we have more and more people watching us, not live, but they catch up with it afterwards because it's a Friday night and a Saturday night, and they're going to be doing other things or whatever, and they're later on in the week. So if you're watching this live, thank you so much. You make such a difference because it's your live response and everything that makes me feel like I am playing to a live audience. But if you have enjoyed it, can you do us a favor? Can you share it with your friends? Let them know about it. Send them the link at youtube.com/Komedia Live. And if you do have a few quid, and I know we have regular watchers who probably could donate a few times as well, but if anything you can do makes a huge difference. There we go. That is the address with which to do your donations. PayPal.me/CraterLive. Hey, look, I have enjoyed this thoroughly. I hope you have too. I've been Stephen Grant, and from me, have a great weekend. And from all the Komedia staff, worked incredibly hard to put this together. Oh, it looks like it's thrown together, and it looks like when it goes wrong, it's because we haven't tried hard. But trust me, oh my word, the work that goes into this is enormous. And every week, I'm just astonished we can make this happen. Thank you, and see you again. Bye.